I will not deny that this is a great business of boxing thing, because he's grabbed hold of the zeitgeist at the moment, has Steve Collins Sr. Remember, he had that fantastic tussle with Chris Eubank Sr. And I'll always remember Chris Eubank thinking that, or believing the news stories put about ideas that Steve Collins had a hypnotist, and he had been told by the hypnotist, you cannot lose. And when he came into the ring, it must have been after he beat Eubank the first time, because it must have been coming into the ring second as the titleist. He had his hood up and the robe on, and took the robe off and had a Walkman on. And Eubank was thinking, he's got the hypnotist in his ears. But he was just listening to music. Anyway, it was a fantastic tussle. I remember there being great fights. And because of the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn situation, you know, older Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn, had that fight. Then their sons tussled for the in the first fight and earned the right to have a second fight on their own right, or in their own right, by their own rights. Steve Collins has said that actually my son, Steve Collins Jr., could beat Chris Eubank Jr. and continue that rivalry that we used to have, myself and his father. Except that Steve Collins Jr. is 15-5. And he's had some fights recently, Steve Collins says, that he really shouldn't have taken, to paraphrase. But, you know, he now wants the big fights and to get up there. Well, he's not there yet, is he? He's 15-5. So, and on his, there are no really big names that you'd think, Christ, I can't believe he fought him. It's not there yet. It is a really good business of boxing thing from Steve Collins to do this. But it's probably a little bit early. Maybe the next few years, when he's 25 and 5 or something of that nature. Till then, I'm not quite sure he's ready for a fight with Chris Eubank Jr. Ta-ta.